So the guys have been pretty good this season. How do you kind of keep them moving in the right direction to where there's no steps back?
I mean, they still got a lot of work to do, and there's a bunch of new guys in the room. We've had some production the last couple of games, but still, you turn the film on Sundays, there's a lot to correct, there's a lot to clean up. So whether it's just route detail, assignment, alignment, I think they know that if they don't get the job done, there's 3-4 guys behind them ready and eager to be on the field as well.
It seems like every game you don't know who it's going to be.
Mm-hmm.
How do you make sure, like, if it's not one of those guys' day, how do you keep them kind of locked in?
I think that's the unique thing about the room is, they're all excited about each other's success. You turn the tape on, you watch Barryon score a touchdown the other night, and you can see 6 and 2 running after him, excited as heck to see their buddy in the end zone. So I think it's a unique group where they all just love each other. And, because, Dane didn't have, a Dane night, you could say. He could have if he pulled that one ball in, but he was just excited for those other guys to go show out. And in the long run, it's going to help because when you line up and play, if you got 3 guys out there that can all go off in a game, and you don't know who to cover, you don't know who to look at and focus on as a defense. So it helps.
What stuck out the most to you to that Ole Miss's secondary on tape?
There's a lot of them out there. They play like a 3-2-6 defense, so they play with a lot of DBs on the field, which means there's a lot of speed on the field. And there's a lot of quality players back there that have played in the past. There's a couple newcomers there, but the experience is there, and they're fast, they're physical, and they can cover.
Mark last week challenged those guys to be better at blocking, not just catching.
Yeah.
So what was it like when you turned on the tape? They passed
they were okay. Obviously, again, still some things to clean up. I think in the Youngstown game, there were some critical errors in the game that forced some bad plays on our part. There weren't any critical errors in last week's game against Northern Illinois, but there was some technique issues and some not really assignment issues, but some aiming point issues and all that. But they were physical and they gave max effort.
No, you strive to be perfect in games, but always aren't going to be. But what does it give you when you know that you've got that explosive ability that you don't have to be perfect and you still have a guy make a play almost any time?
Yeah, you strive to be perfect, but in my 13 years of coaching, I've yet to grade a kid at 100% in the game. So you always strive for perfection, but it does help when you got guys at any time the ball is thrown their way, it could go for 6 points. As soon as that ball was thrown to Barry on that dig route, I knew it was 6. Like nobody's going to catch him. And you could see Tavion knew it right as he turned around. Tavion actually did a great job getting the safety out of the window so he could throw that ball. That's another thing that our guys do. They take, for the love of the game routes. Tavion knew he wasn't getting the ball there. He knew he was opening up for Barryon, but as soon as Tavion turned around, he put his hands up because he knew it was 6 points. And that's the kind of guys we got in the room. But, it is helpful, when you got those guys that, anytime they touch the ball, it could go for 6.
Curious if you can say how close Tavion graded out to perfect.
He had Tavion, I think he had 1 or 2 MAs, and had a couple loafs on the backside of runs that I got to get him to, put a little bit more effort on. But he was, I got to find something to get wrong with his play, right? I can't just come back on Sunday and say, hey, you played a perfect game. That won't happen. I'll find something.
Those love of the game routes, as you just called them, how hard is it, especially to get young guys to do that and do that the way they need to do it? Yeah,
it's tough. But if they want to stay on the field, they know they got to do them. It's just like blocking in the run game. It's all about effort. It's how you play without the ball in your hands determines how much you love your teammates. So that's what we kind of preach in the room, and they're going to get theirs if they do what their job is supposed to be on those other plays.
Give me about not the Barryon's big explosive touchdown, but the wide receiver screen. He scored on it. I mean, he had to weave through traffic, had to be set up well.
Yep.
How hard is that for a freshman to do?
You know, it can be tough, but you know, like he's a natural football player. You know, it comes. I wouldn't say comes easy to him. He does have to work for it, but it does come maybe natural than others. But he had to make a tough throw. You know, Will kind of threw it a little low. He had to make a tough catch, and then just like he does in practice, Tavion had the first block for him, and then Kenneth Horsey came out from the left tackle spot to finish the block, and then he just had to find his way.
Notice another play like that where it looked like he had a chance, but he's got those jets, and he has a tendency just to take off.
Oh yeah.
Are there even more big plays available if he's a little patient and lets those develop?
Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes that play, I don't think he got as most as he could. We got caught up front. We didn't get everybody out that they couldn't get out. But sometimes he's a little advantageous, I guess you could say, and other times you gotta, I do use the word patience a lot in the room. These guys got to learn to be patient. You know, whether it's selling a route or doing a double move or in the screen game. So,
like a veteran like Tavion seems to just have that innate feel.
Yeah, Tavion does. He definitely has a great feel for the game. It helps that Tavion's probably a step slower than the other guys, but I mean, on Saturday it was Tavion's first time since being here being over 20 miles an hour in his GPS, so we give him, we laughed about that a little bit, but no, Tavion's got great feel for the game, and he can kind of see it, like a point guard on a basketball court. He can see everything, so he's pretty good.
What are you seeing from DeKel?
DeKel is coming along each and every day. He did some good things in the Youngstown game. He's been practicing hard, practicing well. He's eager to get in there. He's eager to learn, and if he just keeps going on the right track, he's going to be very successful here.